I am going to show you what I did with the cherry paper from G45. What's it called? Cherry on top. So this is just a walkthrough. What happens is I teach at some retreats, and so when I teach at a retreat, first I do a prototype of the book, then I make the actual book, and then while I'm teaching it I have a third book, then at least the base of it. So I had a base for this book. This is the one I taught several years ago, maybe 3 years, 4 years, I don't know, in St. Louis. And I had a base in red left over after I had taught the class. And so rather than make another book that's exactly the same, because then I would have 3 books, the prototype, this one, and then another one, I decided to use the book base in a different way. So instead of having the book go this way where you open it right to left, I'm going to have it open from bottom to top. Now, even the pages then are going to be sideways. So let me first show you what the book looks like, the original one that I taught at the retreat in this orientation. So this is, I don't even remember what the width is. Let's see. It's 8.5 by 6.5, and the spine looks like it's about 2.5 or 3. And so this one, when you open it, this had a card, basically kind of like a stand-up feature, so that if you wanted to display it on a table, you could have this sitting up. Then this had some cut-aparts. This is a small pocket. It stays closed by tucking this piece into this little pocket here, and then it opens up like so. I'm just gonna set this in there for right now. Then on the side here was 2 little waterfalls with only a couple pages, like so. Now there are some half pages, and so they have inserts, and I just did some random paper piecing. This opens for pictures. And then on the other side then, there's just a pocket where I put some cut-aparts. This flower got smashed the wrong way. This had a tie closure. I just stuck the tie behind. It's a belly band. And then these open to the sides like so. Let's see. Okay, and then I just tie it closed. And you can slip something behind. I am just going to do a loose knot to keep it closed for right now. On the other side, you have a pocket with 2 flaps. And then the cut-aparts keep it closed. Here's another one of those half pages. This is the insert. Again, just did some paper piecing. Oopsie. And the other side, just a pocket. And then on the back page, I did, it's a accordion pocket, okay? So that was the original book in this orientation. So for the next book, I did this orientation. So everything's going to be like a sideways compared to the original. So it's going to look like a totally different book. I think it's going to look like different construction, even though it was the same exact thing. It's the same book, just a different direction. So now let me show you that book. There's not a tutorial for this one, just because it was a retreat project a couple years ago, and people purchase the, you pay to go to the retreat, and then you pay to get the directions and the tutorials and all that. So this one will just be a walkthrough. So you'll see that it is, instead of this way, we have this way. The spine is still the same width. I can't tell where I'm at in the camera. And there's the back. So this is one of the Prima frames. I love them. It came from the store, Country Craft Creations. It's the Frank Garcia memory hardware. It's called, I don't know how to say this, Montchamp. I don't know if it's French or not. Imperial #1. Or no, it's just one piece, it says. They come in just circles. This one is a little bit more ornate, so I liked that one. So then I did put some pearls on the inside of the frame, and then I felt like it still needed something. So I just put some jute or twine red behind it, and then I had this little pearly bling piece. I have a tie closure. Now when you open this one, I did not do that front cover the same. So this one I just did a flat cover. This was the cover page of the paper pack, so there's no stand-up feature. So then we have now it's a side pocket instead of one that was going up and down, so I still just put some mats in there. This pull-out piece now is this orientation rather than this orientation, and I just left a spot for a picture. I left the inside empty. I do have enough paper though that I can go back in and put paper in here if I want. So I might do that and use the paper up. And then here's the back. So when you're making it this way, you have to be aware that when you flip the page over, you have to look at the direction of your paper. That's important. So that just goes back inside. Then as you turn it, so see the orientation is important. So then before this was the opening the other direction, now it opens up and down. So it goes up and down. Okay. This was the front first page on the other book. So I put the pages in a different order also. So this is a little pocket and you can stuff things in. I keep it closed with that little pocket and then it opens like so. This is kind of a pain to close, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I would do this again, to tuck this in the pocket to keep it closed. It's a way to not have to use magnets, but sometimes it's not easy to close. So then on the back of that one, this is the waterfall. So I made the top pages little pockets on the front, and now they open to the side. And move these off to the side here. Okay, so on these I put the magnets on the back of the page so that I kept the front, you could see the decorative features. Okay, we have another half page. This time I put the pocket page on the top instead of on the bottom, just have a mat there. This comes out. Again, I left the inside empty, but I can go back and I think I'll add some. You have to watch the orientation because when this flips upside down, you got to make sure the words are in the right direction. Okay, so now it's the right direction. I have this page where this will flip up and it flips down. I hope you can see this. I can't really see in my camera. So this one it's the belly band, and I had that tie closure. This time I just put magnets on this. There's magnets that will attach it to this page. So now they will go up and down instead of side to side. So there's your top one. And the bottom one. I hope you can see that. I don't know if I'm in camera. Okay. And then it stays closed just by putting that magnet on there, or that page down. Then this is a belly band. So I think it's hard to see, so I'm going to mat this paper, but this is the cover page of that paper collection. So I think I'm going to mat it so that you can see it better behind there. Because you might miss it if I leave it the way it is. Okay, and this page, I put these to help keep the cards from falling out. But this is a pocket. And then these open up and down instead of side to side. So it really does, to me, look like a totally different book. And that just goes like so. And then on the bottom page, I didn't do that pocket that I had on the other one. I kept it more flat and just put some cut aparts in, glued them on 3 sides, and then just put a little tag off to the side. Okay, so to me, it looks like a totally different book, not just because of the paper, but because of the orientation. So if you have a style of book that you like to make, and you have some that, you know, or if it's easy, try putting it in the opposite direction and see if that works for you. It just so happened that this one worked out. Sometimes it may not, but I really like being able to use the book in a different way. So that was the one that I used, Cherry on Top. This is a Graphic 45 paper from Country Craft Creations. The frame is from Country Craft Creations. The artisan cardstock to make the base of the book is from Country Craft Creations. And then this was the original book. So, all right. Well, I hope that kind of gives you an idea of how you can use this paper collection. And if you've got a book style you like, maybe you can turn it the other direction. All right. Thanks, everybody.